In 1983, Thomas Sankara renamed Upper Volta to Burkina Faso, meaning the land of the upright. He was persecuted on all sides. I mean, he was persecuted. They looked for ways to unalive him. They plotted coup against him. The West wanted him out of the way because they felt he was limiting their reach in Burkina Faso. He was trying to shut them out of Burkina Faso, and they didn't like that. So they tried to unalive it, but it didn't work. So when everyone thought everything was okay, there was no storm, there was no coup, his closest friend was used to get the job done. He unalived Thomas Sankara in 1987, and that brought an end to his era. I mean, everything he worked for, he believed in, was washed down. Everything was watered down. Nothing was done about it. Now, fast forward to 2022, when Paul Henry failed in actualizing the reason why he took over in a coup. I mean, there was a democratic government in Burkina Faso, but the military took over in a coup. They said they wanted to stem the tide. They wanted to bring about stability. But Henry did nothing about that. He was just there. And that was when Captain Ibrahim Traore took over. But we all know that he has been trying his best, and the West do not want him there. So there has been plot here and there, coup here and there against his life. Just one man, 19 assassination plot against his life. Why? They do not want this young man to live in peace, to actually live with his family and enjoy the times. They want him to be on his toes all the time. They don't want this young man to have peace. Well, earlier this year, it was from one assassination plot to another, it was from one news to another. The entire diaspora was on the case. I mean, it was on Captain Ibrahim Traore and Burkina Faso's case. But all of a sudden, everything is silent. We are not hearing anything anymore. And this sister has something to say about it. She said that it's as though we are now silent. And one thing with the West is when they feel no one is watching, they go on with their agenda, what they have planned for long, that they felt everyone was on their toes and watching. Now that no one is watching, no one is keeping tabs, they're going to try to do it again. They're going to try to assassinate him again. Let's watch the video.
We take the West for granted. You see, we, the African people, we take the West for granted. We see everything as a joke. We see everything as catching cruise. We don't know these people. We don't know them. When the West wants something, they go for it. There's nothing stopping them. We don't know the history of these guys. We don't know the history of the people that we call the West today. When they want something, there is absolutely nothing stopping them. They've been waiting for us to lose guard. They've been waiting for us. The fire that, was burning inside all of us. The fire, how we were using, all our energy to promote the three Sahel leaders. Captain Ibrahim Traore, Assimi Goita, and Chiani. The way we were promoting these guys, we are now loose guarding. We are now paying attention to other things. Every nook and cranny now, everybody just glued to their television like zombie, watching Big Brother Africa. We have decided to be slaves. We have decided to be the willing tool. They are now striking. They are now striking the three Sahel states. Look at the way they are now bombarding Burkina Faso with terrorists. See the way they are bombarding. The terrorists are now gaining ground. They are now advancing and approaching.
Well, you heard her. She said Africans can easily be distracted. We were once on Captain Ibrahim Traore's case. Everyone was on their toes. But right now, what are we doing? We are all silent. And the violence and instability in Burkina Faso seems to be on a steady increase. And why? Because we know what these guys are doing, right? We know how they work. They bring instability to a land, to a country, and then they try to unseat the leader, claiming he's not capable enough to handle the insecurity in the state. Now, when Captain Ibrahim Traore took over, there was the case of the jihadists, the Al-Qaeda group affiliates, and the likes. It has been there, the Islamist group fighting against Burkina Faso, warring against Burkina Faso. It has been there long before he took over. But when he took over, after he took over, it intensified. It was as though they were armed by forces we know want to bring down this young man. And he has been doing remarkably well. He has been trying to stop the influence of the West in Burkina Faso. We are sovereign. We are a sovereign nation. Let us be sovereign indeed. Let us be independent indeed. Well, he has been persecuted on all sides, coup attempt against his life, assassination plan by closest friends and family allies against him. It has been from one roller coaster to another. I mean, this young man is not at peace because he's trying to serve his father's land and because the West do not want him to serve his father's land. Well, earlier this year, we heard of journalists who were forcefully conscripted into the military. The Human Rights Watch came out to say that the Burkina Faso military unalike civilian. I mean, it has been from one propaganda to another. We were all on his case. And then we had the African commander, General Michael Langley, who said Captain Ibrahim Traore was using the resources in Burkina Faso to enrich himself. Well, Captain Ibrahim Traore responded weeks later, saying that even if I'm enriching myself with the resources of Burkina Faso, it is mine. I'm the leader. It doesn't concern you. How is it that the West dictates how we spend our money, how we work with our resources, how we work with our gold? It is not yours, it is ours. Well, it was as though the US was on his neck. And then, all over the world, people were interested in this. If they can silence Thomas Sankara, they cannot silence Captain Ibrahim Traore because this is the 21st century and Africa has risen. Well, so we thought. So there was a protest in April. Everyone stood up to stand in solidarity, stand in support of Captain Ibrahim Traore, to say the least. Everyone, Kenya, Ghana, Nigeria, even in America. I mean, we had people protesting on the streets of their region, demanding that the West take their hands off Captain Ibrahim Traore. Well, that was months ago. And right now, this Sista is calling us. She's saying we are so busy with activities here and there that we are silent on the things happening in Burkina Faso. The instability is on the increase. Everything, the violence is on the increase. I mean, few weeks ago, Ghana deployed troops to its northern border with Burkina Faso as there was a deadly attack on a town named Bauku. Now, everything going on, it's as though we are just silent. And this Sister is saying, why are we quiet? This is what the West want. That when we are quiet, they will sneak in and do what they want to do. What do you think about this story? Because right now, really, it's as though everything is silence for now. No one is saying anything. It's as though we've turned our attention and Africans can easily get distracted. But thankfully, the people of Burkina Faso are still standing solidly behind Burkina Faso government. They are still standing solidly behind Captain Ibrahim Traore, and the young man is waxing stronger. What do you have to say about the story? Comment below and do not forget to share, like, subscribe, and turn on your